Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody, and good afternoon. Thanks to the Almighty God that let us learn together here, and I hope everyone have a great day. If not, maybe tomorrow will be better day. Okay? Uh, my name is Muhammad Hafizh Fariadhi, and I am a student of University of Swadaya Gunung Jati. There I studied in Education and Knowledge or Science faculty, exactly majoring the English language, and I am from class 1A, semester 2, and my student ID is 121060003, and there I learned one of many subjects, which is English literature, and here I am. I'm going to complete my midterm test by making a video. I hope all of you gonna enjoy it, and without further ado, so I'm gonna explain about one of period in English literature, which is transitional period that happened about 14th century until 15th century. Okay, what exactly transitional period? I'm just gonna oversimplify it. Uh, it's called transitional period because it's covered two great figure period in English literature, which is one of them is Geoffrey Chaucer and William Shakespeare. And this period was called transition because a lot of displacement from Mid English to more modern English, and it was experiencing the transition. Moreover, English language was transformed from Middle English to more complicated modern English, from various dialects to standard English. Maybe many people called it a transition, but some of them called this period imitative, since many poems produced during this period imitated Chaucer's work. It might not be appropriate, but most of all, no one during this period could not compare with Chaucer, and his power remained powerful. Okay, so before we continue to three other dudes, there's something that you must know about Chaucer. At the time, what is Chaucer's opinion of the church? That was many people asked about Chaucer in the past, and the Chaucer answered it in his book. The character of the church in Chaucer the Canterbury Tales respond to the question 2 in the general prologue of the Canterbury Tales. Chaucer indirectly denounced the church, describing that they are corrupt, greedy, hypocritical, and selective. In other words, Chaucer not a fan of the church because he thinks they are asshole. Yeah, asshole. Actually, the church, yes, the church was spend more money to fight that no one wins. They waste about 3/4 of their money on the last holy wars that happened in the late 12th century and lost so much. So they tax more people at the time. Okay, there's three main dudes that got influenced by the Geoffrey poets. One of it is John Lydgate. He was a primarily translator for a larger number of moral and religious stories, even though he was an admirer of Chaucer. In his work, he preferred to follow Romantic French writer. And the second is Stephen House. He is a creator of a number of allegories. He is not a poet fan at large, but his share in standardized English is quite large. And the third one is John Skelton. He very famous as a satirist or satire with short line and full of ridicule through criticisms getting to the church and the government. There are also Scottish that people call Scottish Chaucerian. In the Scotland, the influence of the culture has a huge impact in the country. There is a number of poets who are commonly called Scottish Chaucerian. One of it, named Robert Henryson. One of the main poems Henryson namely is the Testament of Cressida. Imagine the tragic fate of Cressida in the story of the century, the Middle Troilus and Cressida, which are not revealed in geographical version. Also, its have feature which resemble cultural poetry that until 1711 people thought that it is cultural work, but it isn't. Furthermore, Henryson is the first poet in the world of English literature who wrote pastoral poetry. And the second is William Dunbar. He is a poetry author in satiric genre. In his allegorical poetry, he follows culture, but in his satirical work, he is more free than at the time of writing allegory poetry. And the third one is Gavin Douglas. He is known as the translation of Aeneid, which is the first classical work to be translated to English. In the new atmosphere for English literature, there is also creation of these poets. Sir Thomas Wyatt is a poet who incorporated the Italian sonnet form into English literature. Wyatt and Surrey by Petrarch, Italian poet, and using Sorietta for special love poems is Unrequited Love. And the second is Henry Howard. He is a noble of Surrey. Surrey also plays special role in the history of English literature. He was the first English poet to use the blank verse, which is nameless theme form containing 5 stressed syllables in each. Surrey bans the use of a new form in work Aeneid, which is a Virgilius work information from land language or blank verse, and it used by the famous poet of English literature, namely Shakespeare and Milton. To write their greatest work, both are composers of poetry and show the influence of Italian literature, both form and theme. Not only poetry that produced in this age, there are also prose. If mentioned about prose, of course, the very first thing that we say is Morte d'Arthur. Written by Sir Thomas Malory, this prose is a romance that revolves around King Arthur and his knight. This work has important historical significance because used as source of inspiration and the source of material by 4 famous poets such as Shakespeare and Tennyson. The process is simple and lively, and manages better convey at the atmosphere and the soul of the Middle Age than the early French writer. In addition to translation work, there are also, in the form of romance, a translation work that was very influential among the people was the translation of the New Testament, translated by William Tyndale. With this translation work, the development of standard English was much more stable because it was spread not only among the aristocracy but also among commoners. This work of Tyndale translated later became the basis of the writing of the Standard Bible scripture in English, published in 1911. There also drama. Meanwhile, in the English drama continued its development sometime in the middle of 15th centuries. Appeared a new kind drama called Les Morales in French language or moralities in English language, as opposed to mysteries and miracles. Morality no longer shows the scene from the Bible or the life of the saint, but tells the tells the of the character who are abstraction, such as, for example, the goodness in humanity, Hafizh, or humanity itself. The main purpose of morality is teaching morals. One of the famous frequent morality played in the modern time is Everyman, which was created in the 50th centuries by unknown writer. An interlude is a form of a short drama which was no religious character, nor is it allegorical, but which has the sole purpose of entertaining. Despite the opportunity moral for the reader, certainly their interlude is not a kind of drama for commoners. It was drama which is usually performed in the residence of the superior or house of a noble. One of the interludes, the best known, is a Fulgen and Lucas by Henry Medwell, which is a tale of girl Lucas who hesitated because she was about to marry two boys, one from a noble and one from the commoner. But finally, she placed his choice on the latter. After all that comes the Renaissance period. I think that's all for tonight, and thank you for listening. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you very much.